Здравствуйте! On Mind, Body and Soul, learning to relax with writing therapy, unwrapping the health benefits of chocolate, and from Ab Flab to Ab Fab. But first, it's Kung Fu without the fight. Are you interested in the spiritual and fitness aspects of Kung Fu but not so interested in hitting people? Then Kung Fu aerobics could be for you. A fitness regime using the traditional stances and movements of Kung Fu set to music for the purposes of physical well-being. As Master Xiao Zhao Ming explains, to be able to defend yourself effectively, you have to be fit. Many people are turned off by the violent aspects of self-defense classes. He hopes that women particularly will be more attracted by the fitness aspect of Kung Fu aerobics. The class starts with a stretching and loosening up session. This is followed by jogging on the spot. The stretching and the jogging help to loosen up the body and kickstart the cardiovascular system. After this, the session begins in earnest. The participants begin a series of poses that all derive from Kung Fu, or Wushu as it is also known. Although originally designed for self-defense, the stepping and punching gestures used here also have the benefit of toning muscles by using the weight of the participants' limbs as resistance. Each routine is derived from a specific Kung Fu sequence of moves. However, there isn't as much focus on getting the postures 100% correct. People are here primarily to get their heart rate up. The class is conducted in stages with short breaks in between for a breather and a sip of water. After the break, the class begins in earnest with a series of routines that require greater balance and ability than before. Not everyone has it down straight away, but the atmosphere is encouraging. Perhaps with a bit of perseverance, he will get to be as accomplished as the master. On the red t-shirts in Chinese calligraphy are the words essence, energy, and spirit. This is the motto of the group. Essence is the focus of today's exercises. Essence refers to the material body and the world. The Chinese believe that in order to have a strong connection with the spiritual world, one must have a healthy connection with the material essence of things and the body. This is the foundation from which all else can be built. Kung Fu aerobics is mainly about getting fit in a fun but focused way. As Master Xiao shows us, there is a world of depth behind it. And if the participant is interested in learning more, there is always more to learn. When you were a child, did you love your local news agency? All those shiny new pens, bright-coloured pencils, and fresh-smelling exercise books. Do you love receiving handwritten letters in the mail? The likelihood is that whether you're doing it or not, you love to write. Writing brings our minds home. It churns through the myriad of complex thoughts which can clutter and sometimes disturb our minds. Emotions that you might choose to work through on the yoga mat, the meditation cushion, or in therapy can often be touched just as easily through connecting your mind and heart with your favourite pen and paper. You may enjoy writing on your own or in a writing group. Whilst many writers have known that the experience of writing makes them feel good, it is only recently that studies have begun to show that the simple act of writing about the detail of your own everyday experiences has both mental and physical health benefits. So why don't you grab a new notebook and a pen, slide into a comfy chair, and let's begin. Yesterday I went. Beginning with these 3 words, write for 5 minutes about all the places you went yesterday. Once you start writing, don't stop until the 5 minutes is up. And don't read back over or correct any of your words. Enjoy yourself and don't worry about spelling, proper grammar, or writing complete sentences. Yesterday I felt. Again, write for 5 minutes, but this time write about the feelings you had yesterday. It could be about one feeling or 2 or 3 different feelings. Just allow yourself to go wherever the writing takes you, even if it takes you away from the topic. These simple exercises connect us with our emotions, and practicing them each day can reveal and release negative emotions and make room for change. Try writing and rewriting about one experience for 10 minutes over a number of days, and experience the spontaneous way your feelings about the event change. These exercises can be developed to assist people to deal with specific traumatic experiences in their lives simply by writing about them in detail and also by reading to others. Whilst we often think of writing as a mental experience, the physical benefits gained from practicing daily writing reflect the deep connections between our memory, body, and mind. Particularly relevant if we are experiencing physical discomfort in relation to past events or illness. Now that you've started your writing practice, don't stop. Whether you're writing to explore the emotions arising from a painful experience, writing to reconnect, or writing for pure pleasure, allow yourself complete freedom with the words you use. You can be as silly, funny, rude, rebellious, anything you choose. Remember, your writing is just for you, not for a publishing house. Not yet. Ever wondered why so many people can't stop eating chocolate? It's not a surprise, really. You just have to look at the person's expression as they melt a piece against their palate to know it delivers an instant bliss hit. The taste, the texture, the slow melt, it's salivating stuff. But how many people indulge without a pang of guilt? It's time to do away with the myth that chocolate is a junk food, because you're about to discover the astonishing truth about its disease-busting, life-enhancing qualities. As early as the 17th century, cocoa beverages were prescribed for their medicinal properties, right up to the early 1900s, when it fell from grace and was considered a fattening, if not wicked, indulgence. But the tides are turning once again as scientific research unwraps the very real health-promoting benefits of chocolate. So far, they've found that chocolate contains over 300 compounds and micronutrients rich in the minerals magnesium, copper, and manganese, and also potassium, zinc, and B vitamins riboflavin and niacin. It also contains high levels of immune-boosting antioxidants that actively combat cancer-causing free radicals. A 40-gram serving of milk chocolate typically contains around 400 milligrams of antioxidants, about the same quantity as a glass of red wine, without the hangover. And you needn't be worried about chocolate causing acne or rotting your teeth. In fact, chocolate helps fight against plaque and mouth bacteria by neutralizing sugar acids. British researchers have also discovered that theobromine in chocolate works just as well as codeine in suppressing coughs. The good health news doesn't stop there. Psychiatrists are finding that chocolate can have a positive psychoactive effect on our moods and emotions. It can trigger the same brain chemicals, such as the neurotransmitters serotonin and endorphins, much in the same way antidepressants can. That would explain why many crave chocolate comfort as an instant de-stressor. The phenylethylamine in chocolate not only produces the in-love feeling women particularly respond to, it can also have a mild aphrodisiac effect. It's not for nothing that Mexican Emperor Moctezuma drank chocolate before visiting his harem. You can self-medicate with chocolate then, but how much becomes too much? 6 squares of milk chocolate contains 8.3 grams of saturated fat. The daily recommended intake is only 16 grams. And mass-produced bars contain a lot of sugar, which can lead to obesity. Many quality chocolate manufacturers such as Lindt have cottoned on to consumer health needs and are now offering dark chocolate blocks with anything between 50 to 99% cocoa solids. Remember though, the higher the cocoa content, the more bitter the flavour. It's an acquired taste and you may have to work your way up to it. Like most things in life, moderation is a good rule to live by, so you should limit yourself to just 3 or 4 pieces a day. Chocolate is not actually addictive like nicotine and caffeine, so why is it the most commonly craved food in the world? Quite simply, it's the pleasure principle. The sensual ritual of smelling, tasting and savouring the texture of melting chocolate. First, there's the anticipatory delight of unwrapping and looking at the tempting shape of chocolate. Connoisseurs also talk about good chocolate giving an audible snap like a fresh carrot. Taking in all the smoky, exotic aromas in itself creates a feeling of well-being. Chocolate flavours can cover all sorts of notes, from earthy and spicy to fruity and floral. Savour the texture and overall chocolatiness as they come up through the palate. So now you no longer need a good excuse to indulge in this delicious food. Just snap to it and enjoy. How many times have you promised yourself you'll join a gym or make an effort to fit exercise into your busy routine? We've all done it, but with the realities of modern life, long work hours, family commitments and expensive gym memberships, chances are we're neglecting our weary bodies, preferring instead to spend the evening slumped in front of the television set. The thing is not to feel guilty or to berate yourself. Now's the perfect time to start. And you don't have to fork out vast sums of money on memberships, fancy gym equipment or gadgets. You can make a real difference with simple exercises performed at home any time of the day or night. You can even do them while watching your favourite program. Sit-ups or crunches are one of the most common exercises attempted when we start a home exercise regime, but can be dangerous if you haven't been shown how to do them correctly. Our fitness expert Emma will demonstrate the correct way to exercise your stomach area and avoid common mistakes that often lead to muscle pain or back strain. First, find an area or floor space where you can spread out a padded yoga mat or blanket. Lie on your back, bringing your knees up and your feet comfortably flat on the floor and slightly apart to keep your body and spine aligned. Don't anchor your feet because this will make your leg and hip flexor muscles do all the work. Slowly pull the torso upward from a lying position toward the knees. Stop when you're about 6 inches off the floor and tense your abdominal muscles. Hold this position briefly, then lower slowly to the floor, then repeat. Focus on using your abdominal muscles only. Visualize them tensing and shortening like slow-moving cables through a pulley that draws your shoulders and head off the floor. Exhale while the abdominal muscles contract and pull you upward. This will suck the muscles inward, ensuring involvement of the deeper muscles. Inhaling may cause your abdomen to protrude, leading to overarching and strain of the lower back. The position of your hands and arms will vary according to your abdominal strength. The closer your hands are to your head, the more difficult sit-ups become. Don't, however, interlace your fingers behind your head. When you do, you tend to pull on your head, which can stress the neck and cause injury. Pulling on your head also makes the abdominal muscles work less. Be careful not to twist. It places tremendous rotational stress on the lower back that can pull a muscle and cause a lot of pain. To work on your lats, bring your legs together and roll to one side with your knees slightly bent. Gently place your hands on the back of your head, don't grip your neck, and raise both shoulders into an abdominal curl. Swap sides by rolling to the other side and perform another 5 curls. Or, with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, extend one arm to the side with the other gently touching the back of your head. You'll be raising the opposite shoulder. Breathe out and curl your ribcage towards your pelvis. One set of 5 properly executed abdominal crunches are enough at first. Add 1 each workout until you reach 15. When you've built up some fitness, aim for 3 sets of 15. Then lie back limp and relax for a few minutes before getting up. Well done, you've made a good start. Now that you know the right way to exercise your abdominals, you're well on your way to toning your midsection, helping to strengthen your back and improve your digestive system too. Flick through the back of any magazine and you'll find page after page of advertisements offering a vast array of psychic services, from private consultations to online and telephone readings. They all seem to be offering the same thing, so how do you know the difference between a genuine professional and a skillful showman? Firstly, the types of services they offer should be clearly defined. Check to see if they have credible testimonials. If they make over-the-top claims to have changed people's lives or predicted the lotto numbers, it's probably the work of fiction. The old adage applies. If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. Ask if the psychic has a registered business. Do they belong to a professional association that agrees to follow high standards of professional conduct and ethical business practices? This also applies to online psychics. Any web designer can make a website appear mystical and inviting, but really, is the psychic as good as their website? A good psychic won't mind answering your questions before the consultation. Be immediately suspicious if they come across as defensive or aren't willing to talk openly to you. Something else to be mindful of is not giving your psychic too much information prior to your visit. Charlatans have been known to look up public records to ascertain family details about births, deaths, and marriages. They can then gain your confidence by being able to claim they are psychically aware of births and deaths in your family. Dodgy psychics can also use sleight of mind tricks. Some of the giveaways to look out for include grandiose promises. This may involve claims such as having the ability to cast spells to make someone love you, or fatal or scary predictions to frighten you into booking more readings. Don't accept trivial or vague information such as, "I see an object that means a lot to you." These sorts of remarks could mean anything to anyone. Be wary of a psychic that prompts you with too many questions. They may resort to educated guessing or using subtle psychological techniques in order to extract information from you. The best way to counter this is not to fall silent, but to ask questions yourself. A good psychic will also refrain from promising you financial or career success. They can help support you towards certain goals or help you understand aspects of yourself so that you are better equipped to solve problems. Good psychics will only focus on positive advice and self-improvement. Psychics without the gift might try to give a character reading, which will often be flattering to get you on side. A good psychic will be honest about emotional blockages that may be causing you problems. Go in with an open mind. Be willing to hear things about yourself you didn't know. Remember that a reading is an open channel of energies between yourself and a psychic. It's important to enjoy your reading because it's a time to focus on you. They don't have to be heavy and serious. Self-discovery is an empowering experience and will uplift your spirits if you let it. Look at your reading as a healing session, a way of helping you empower yourself so you can face the future with optimism. Now, finding the right psychic that works for you shouldn't be such a hit and miss affair. Summertime in New York. Most people are off to the beach or licking ice cream on Coney Island. But for thousands of people, standing in a sweltering queue to receive an embrace from the most prolific hugger in history is the hottest ticket in town. Amma, the hugging saint, has been throwing her arms around people since she was a little girl in India. 20 million embraces later, and she is here in New York to spread the love. She hopes she can heal the city of its fear and resentment over past issues. Her full name is Mata Amrita Handamayi Devi, and people are here today to receive her loving kindness. Some just out of curiosity, others because they truly think she can make them happy. She's regarded by followers as a Mother Teresa or Gandhi figure in terms of her humanitarian accomplishments. She's worked relentlessly to establish hospitals, schools and orphanages in her home country. Along her travels, Amma has received the prestigious United Nations Gandhi King Award for Nonviolence. Hailing from Kerala in India, Amma does not flout any particular religion or spirituality. She says anyone can feel the positive energy from one of her magical hugs, regardless of their religious background. With a long queue continuing to wait patiently for her touch, the small white sari-clad figure stated that perhaps the world would not be in such political dire straits had world leaders spent more time hugging and less time locking horns. New Yorker Dan Paulson waited hours for his hug, and it was well worthwhile. He felt a sense of bliss, freedom and oneness with the universe after the experience. Nancy Silver was excited too. She felt she had something to learn from Amma.
And I don't know, beyond that, I'm curious, I think, too.
Well, it's just a joy to have people come.
Rob
and
Seiden
get their
traversed the continent, coming all the way from San Francisco for his cuddle. New York was only one of 10 cities on Amma's hugging tour schedule. Tomorrow, she'll travel to other lands and other people to continue hugging the world better with her healing touch. Join us again on Mind, Body and Soul as we discover more paths to health and happiness. But for now, Dominique gives us some food for thought.
You'll only ever experience pain, discomfort, anguish when you're not accepting this moment as it is. When you accept the moment as it unfolds, when you accept and give yourself permission to experience all of the different layers of possibility available to you right now, you come to a place of peace within yourself. The next time you find yourself feeling upset, stressed or angry, ask yourself, what is it about this moment that I'm not accepting? Once you accept that it's just part of the experience, that in another moment it will be different, it will change and shift, you come to a place of peace and the moment moves on.